But you two guys are recognized in the state of West Virginia as the two most I don't know what word to use, but as far as dealing with race relations and all that, Rutherford and Tarpet, your name pops up more than anybody.
Well, I think we by going the NAACP route and going to Charleston and Beckley and Huntington, those places, we got to meet several of the giants of the civil rights movement in West Virginia, and we learned a whole lot about NAACP procedure. We learned a whole lot about what had been going on in these other cities, about the cities, the city's history, the black history in those cities. And, we had dentists going there, we had lawyers, all of them were in it together. And it was just inspiring, I think, because, of course, up here, Store College had closed by that time. But when we got ready to charter the current, state conference here in West Virginia, we were told to try to affiliate with Washington, D.C. or Baltimore, someplace like that. And we said, no, we want to be part of the NAACP in West Virginia. And we did, and it was the best decision that was ever made. Well, I think a lot of people would have been discouraged and say, well, forget about it. Right. But we were undergoing a whole lot of problems here in Jefferson County, some that still exist. So by being affiliated with the West Virginia, we could then, take our problems to those government officials, to state and local, to the school boards and everything else, because they were making no effort at desegregation.
We were lucky also. We met some of the top people in the civil rights movement at that time. I met Roy Wilkins to talk with him back before he was still living. Julian Barnes, before he even really got involved in the national. Then you had Clarence Mitchell. He actually came here, wasn't it?
Clarence Mitchell helped to get this NAACP recharted back in, it was 1963. Clarence Mitchell came here and spoke at Eagle Avenue School.
He was always considered him the 101st senator.
Yeah.
He got so much past.
Now, what year was it at Harper's Ferry? Was it Store College or Store? Anyway, when all of these big civil rights people came in, Shirley Chisholm, I think she was with them.
1976.
Did y'all have anything to do with that?
Yes, we had a part in it. Matter of fact, it lasted 3 days. Matter of fact, we had a part in that very few people were of. I was on the planning committee for that, and Conway was the superintendent at that time. I was working for Park Service down in D.C. The Park Service wanted Shepherd College to play a role in it. Also wanted Shepherd College to let people stay in the dormitory. I'll never forget that. Because Talbot, at that time, we were not on good terms with Shepherd College.
No.
We more or less told the Park Service and Interior Department, and I worked for the Interior Department, that the show not going to go on if Shepherd College participate. Shepherd came to the first 2 meetings, and after that, they were more or less told that they could not participate, because if they would end up with see people boycotted. And so we actually stopped Shepherd College from being involved in that ceremony in 1976. It was Heritage Day, the Black Perspective. Was the name of it.
Right.
Heritage Day, the Black Perspective. That's when Roy Wilkins was there, Julian Barnes, all these black legislators, and, the movie stars, all of them there.
I found a copy of the program, that little booklet. You have that?
I think I have a copy, yeah.
We got to go in the archive.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of big wheels here now.
Matter of fact, I closed out the program and noticed it. Look at the last name on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we kept Shepherd. The NAACP had lots of clubs, Torrid. We still got that club.
Yeah.
We have stopped a whole lots of things,
Yeah.
All we had to do is say, if you don't do it, we will stop it. Just like like the problem you had with the mayor of Charlestown.
Right.
He didn't want to listen to you. So what you do? Go down and stop the stop the sewer system right in the track.
Right in its track.
Stop the money from flowing. Yeah.
But those are things we learned, I think, from folks in the Civic League and also the NACP, how to do these things. And you didn't have to do it by a whole lot of, talk. If they said no, okay, we come on back home and write a letter. And then let you deal with that agency.
Right. But here's what I'm getting at here. Now, I know both of you guys have gotten up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, jumped in your cars, without being paid for it, and your own gas and all that stuff, and travel over the state to handle situation. Was it because they didn't have people at that, wherever they were, that could deal with it? Because I know y'all left up here at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Jim, we still could call right today. We could call right today from all over the state. Actually, all over the country, Talbot.
Yeah.
We could call from all right today. We could call from all over the country. Ohio, Wisconsin, California. Parents called. My son got a problem there in West Virginia. What can be done about it? Sometimes I feel we get I can get 5 or 6 calls from out of the state, not including in-state. Now, others part, these states don't have NAACP branches. I mean, part of the city don't have NAACP branches. We get calls from them down the middle part of the state. But, it's a funny thing. I have seen a change, Talbot, over the past couple of years. I find myself getting more calls from white females or people that are handicapped or discriminating other instances will call us for help that they wouldn't do years ago because they feel like it's racial discrimination or it's sexual discrimination or age discrimination, and I guess they know what our track record is, so therefore they will call us up.
Now, you got involved with the Human Rights Commission, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you ahead of that at one time?
Yeah, I was on the Human Rights Commission for 18 years, and I was the head of it for the last 8 years until I got fired.
You got fired?
Yeah, I ever tell you about that story? Well, things was going. There was a problem with the Human Rights Commission. I wasn't happy. I was the chairperson, and I knew things weren't going right, and I also knew that we had to make some changes. So I decided to get the governor to underwrite a board or a committee to look at the operation of the Human Rights Commission and what can we do to improve things, to be more efficient. Well, the governor came down to office and he agreed to it. I never forget that he agreed to it on a Thursday afternoon. It just so happened before he agreed to it, I was re-elected chairperson of the commission for another 2 years. He agreed to it on the condition was that I could appoint 4 people, I think, and he appointed 3, something like that. So he went away. He left that Thursday. After he left, I appointed my 4 people. Talbot was the first person I appointed. And I think Cheryl Henderson, with Herb Henderson's daughter, was the second one. I'm not sure who else I appointed. Now, this was on a Thursday. My understanding is that the governor found out about it on Friday. Now, see, the governor just didn't care for Talbot because Talbot had blasted him so many times. Gave him a poor report card and talking about him and going up. Even Talbot would go up to the governor's office and tell him off up there. I had been in the meeting with Talbot, and he had talked to the governors and say, you got a bad report card, you're not doing this, not doing that. So the governor and Talbot, there was bad blood between them. My understanding is on Friday morning, the governor heard that Talbot was appointed by me. Next thing I knew, he fired me. That very same day, he didn't call and fire me. In the Monday morning, in the newspaper, Martinburg Journal, big headlines. New commissioner appointed from this area.
All right.
I was never told I was replaced.
I'll be down.
All because I appointed Talbot.